Doug Scales Body Shop is pleased to announce the addition of Don Peppers as head mechanic. Now, one thing you have to know about...
Darrell Rogers inherits a football team that began the 1984 season as defending NFC Central Division champion. And on opening day, the Lions hosted San Francisco in a game that would set the tone for their season. Detroit lost by a point to these same 49ers in the '83 playoffs and were poised for a little sweet revenge.
Got time, stands in there, can't find a receiver, chased by Cofer, hit, fumbles the ball, picked up by Day at the 30, downfield to the 20, 15, the 10, and Wendell Tyler runs him out of bounds.
Receivers Jeff Chadwick and Mark Nichols made big plays through the air, and Billy Sims ran with his customary authority in a game that saw the lead change hands 3 times.
Calls the signals, fakes to Jenkins, rolls to his right, swings it to Jones, he goes in untouched. The Lions have taken the lead.
Well, it's definitely a passing situation now, and I'm sure San Francisco knows it.
Nichols and Leonard Thompson split left, Chadwick right. Out of the shotgun, Danielson gets the snap and goes to throw. Gets the 4-man rush, goes left side, Leonard wide open.
Leonard Thompson's 49-yard touchdown tied the game at 27 in the final period. But the Lion defense could not prevent the 49ers from driving 75 yards in the final minutes. And with 4 seconds left on the clock, the Lions' hopes of sweet revenge turned sour.
Kick is up, and it's good from 22 yards away, and the 49ers have the lead 30-20.
Indeed, this contest did set the course for the season. The 49ers went on to win the Super Bowl. And the Lions dropped 5 of their first 6. 4 games by 4 points or less. The lone bright spot in those first 6 games came against Atlanta when Billy Sims ran through the Falcon defense for 140 yards.
Now Danielson sends Jones in motion, gives out a little delay to Sims. He buffs it outside at the 5, and he's going in for a touchdown. Billy Sims pulls.
The Lions built a 17-0 lead when tight end David Lewis, the Lions' #1 draft pick, scored his first NFL touchdown.
Lewis wide open, hauls it in for a touchdown.
But Detroit turned an apparent rout into a nail-biter. Even Leonard Thompson's third-quarter touchdown could not prevent the Falcons from tying the game in regulation. But 5 minutes into the overtime period, Eddie Murray set his sights on victory from 47 yards out.
Murray's got it up. It's long enough, and it is good. Eddie Murray has won this ball game in overtime with a 47-yard field goal, and the Lions, after...
It was one of the few silver linings in a stormy season filled with dark clouds. Time and again, the Lions came up inches short. Detroit built leads in 11 of 16 games, but more often than not, victory proved to be just out of reach. Perhaps they tried too hard to make things happen, causing their best intentions to backfire. And when the smoke cleared, the Lions left a trail of fumbled dreams in their wake.
From 21 yards. Oh, my goodness.
Well, when you're snake bitten, you're snake bitten, that's all.
With few exceptions, the snake-bitten Lions seldom displayed the kind of clutch play that made them champions the year before. However, one such instance did occur in Week 8, in overtime, against Tampa Bay.
Lofts it up. Leonard Thompson open at the goal line. He's got a touchdown. Detroit wins. Well, they did it.
But for every positive, there seemed to be 5 negatives. And ironically, the Lions suffered their most serious loss in a win over the Minnesota Vikings.
Here comes Billy on a sweep right behind Greco. Looks for some blocking, and is neck-tied to the ground by Ashley.
Yeah, but is he hurt? Well, he's going to stay down for a while, Frank.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Billy Sims holding his right knee. And Billy is in some kind of pain.
Dexter Bussey, playing his final season in Detroit, stepped in for Sims and helped set the stage for another game-winning field goal by Eddie Murray.
Under a minute to go. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Billy's got it down. The kick is up. It looks long enough. And it's good. Eddie Murray pounds it through.
But the loss of Billy Sims for the season tainted the first Lions victory over the Vikings in Minnesota since 1974. Detroit would win just once in their final 8 games, and the Lions chose Thanksgiving Day to treat their fans and a national television audience to a come-from-behind thriller against arch-rival Green Bay. A month before, the Packers had handed the Lions their worst defeat since 1977. And when Green Bay opened up a 14-0 first-quarter lead, it looked like more of the same. It wasn't until the second period that the dormant Lion offense came to life. Wide receiver Mark Nichols made circus catches look commonplace and totaled 4 receptions for 104 yards. And fullback James Jones, number 30, all-purposed his way to 134 total yards to help fuel a furious Lions comeback.
Goes back to throw. He's looking left, now looks back to the right, fires to Lewis at the 7, dives forward, puts his head down and goes in. 2nd and 9, Detroit at the 21. Jones alone setback, drops to throw. Looks, fires down the middle. David Lewis has it and goes in for a touchdown. Packers shifting as Danielson drops back against the blitz, throws into the end zone. Chadwick's there. Touchdown, Detroit.
The 31-28 win made this a very happy Thanksgiving. And with a fresh football philosophy courtesy of Darryl Rogers, this same comeback character can resurface in Detroit long after the disappointment of 1984 has passed.
It'll work on your dandruff.
Yeah, but I'm afraid it won't leave my hair the way I like it.
Hey, this is great stuff.
Today's Head & Shoulders.
It's all I use. Okay.
Tough dandruff protection that works only on your scalp, not your hair. Gentle conditioners go there.
Tough on dandruff, right?
But great on hair.
Today's Head & Shoulders. Dandruff care that's good for your hair.
It's your money, son. But if you want my advice, buy another Subaru. It's been good to us.
Sure, Dad.
I thought we agreed you'd buy a Subaru.
But, Dad, I did. The new Subaru XT Coupe. Inexpensive and built to stay that way.
The Olympic dream starts young. But dreaming is the easy part. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of guts, and a lot of money. Money that has to come from you, the American people. For a $5 tax-deductible contribution, you can support the 1988 Olympic team and receive this USA Olympic patch. Send to Olympic Patch, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Help turn the dream into gold.
The biggest task at hand is converting the Lions from a 4-man front to the 3-4. And all-pro tackle Doug English will be making the move to the nose tackle position, a major adjustment.
Right now, I'm learning about it. I've never played a 3-4. I've always just felt sorry for the people that did. I feel like I can play it. I'm not worried about the double teams or any hard work. I mean, I've always been double teamed, and I kind of wear that as a badge of honor. I don't mind the work, because I want to give it the very, very best look I can give it, see how well I fit into their system. You know, I see that as a small sacrifice to make for the good of the team, and I certainly owe that to the new man.
The 9-year veteran English comes fully equipped to take over at the nose, a position considered the most demanding in all of pro football. Flanking English on the front line will be pocket busters Curtis Green and William Gay, number 79. For the second straight year, Gay led the Lions in sacks. He has more than enough strength and quickness to meet the demands of the 3-4. other end position will be manned by Curtis Green, number 62, the 4-year veteran who has quietly become one of the Lions' major sources of strength. The pivotal man in the shift to the 3-4 will be Mike Kofer, number 66, who for 2 years has excelled as the Lions' left defensive end. Kofer will move to outside linebacker in 1985. But he's no stranger to that position. He was a linebacker in college. All Kofer will need is a refresher course in training camp to make him as successful at that position as he was as a defensive end.